We are going live. I'm going to give it a minute to see whether things can come up all right. And yeah, it looks like it's coming through live on YouTube. Ooh, except I've got to mute that. Yeah, it looks like coming through live on YouTube. And
ooh, that sounded like an echo.
let's echo repeat. There, I think I've got to pause. How long is it going to echo on me? I'm going to put that down there. Drag things all over the place. Well, welcome everybody. That's we're just getting set up, making sure that with a minute or two to go, we're going live. And Ken's on. Hey, Ken Schwartz on. Hey. Ooh.
Hey, Ken, good to have you.
Okay. Ooh. Do that.
So, Bill, there's an example of English spellings. What you did was a C-O-U-G-H, cough. And I can make that O-U-G-H into up simply by putting an H-I-C in front. And then you get hiccup. So
I knew you would cough. I knew you would cough up something there. I'm coughing up a little too much here. I think it's because of this Passover. Recognizing that I've got a plague of frogs in my throat. And hopefully not a plague of grasshoppers, but we'll hop to it. We got some hoppies. Okay, it's top of the hour. Happy Easter to everybody, and happy Passover. And we've got some people on. I think we're good. Let's get started here. Let's get going with a little bit of a tune, an Easter tune, and I'm gonna work on changing the screens here, and then I'm gonna sing a song to get it started. Then, and I'll introduce the guest again here. I think I changed the key, and that's what it does. In your Easter bonnet, with all the frills upon it, you'll be the grandest lady in the Easter parade. Oh, I'll be all in clover, and when they look you over, I'll be the proudest fella in the Easter parade. On the avenue, Fifth Avenue, the photographers will snap us, and you'll find that you're in the photograph. But I could write a sonnet about your Easter bonnet, and of the girl I'm taking to the Easter parade. On the avenue, the Fifth Avenue, the photographers will snap us, and you'll find that you're in the photograph. You're whatever that is. Oh, I could write a sonnet about your Easter bonnet, and of the girl I'm taking to the Easter parade, and of the girl I'm taking to the Easter parade. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Easter and Passover edition of the Bill Shipper Show, Bill Shipper Live, with our Dances with Words crew. And we have, again, a repeat offender coming back. We are overjoyed to have the Mr. Dr. Richard Lederer, author and columnist and language expert and all around a good guy and funny guy with a wonderful bow tie. Welcome, Rich.
Hey, thanks so much. That is the best I've ever heard you whistle, and probably the most. And I've met your mother, so you know what that means.
Yes, I got Whistler's mother, right? Yes, in the next room listening in. So the thing is that I whistled last week, and somebody complimented me on the whistling, and so now you not gonna get rid of it. I'm just gonna whistle forever because that's.
You're going to whistle while you work.
I will. I whistle. I will whistle. I whistle away.
Just terrific. Well, and that was, of course, Irving Berlin. Some would say America's greatest songwriter. And I think he did the lyrics, too, with his songs. And great Christmas songs and Easter songs and so on. Pretty good for a Jewish boy from the Bronx or Brooklyn or wherever.
Yeah. Writing the Christian songs there, but they're wonderful songs.
Yes. So one of the so here we are at Easter, and one of the emblems of Easter is, of course, the Easter Bunny. So I'm going to share with you a bunch of Easter jokes that I've collected. So here we go. How is the Easter Bunny like LeBron James? They're both famous for stuffing baskets. What do Easter Bunny helpers get for making a basket 2 points, just like anyone else, although now it's also 3 points. So there we go. What is the Easter Bunny's favorite state capital? Albany, New York. What would you get if you crossed the Easter Bunny with a famous French general? Napoleon Bonaparte. Boy, you know, that Bonaparte just has a terrific number of puns. This is not on the bunny, but what happens when you toss a grenade into a recreation room? You get linoleum blown apart. What's big and purple and hugs your Easter basket? The Easter Barney. You've got to go back to your childhood in some cases to remember Barney the purple dinosaur. What do you call an egg-laden rabbit who jumps off bridges? The Easter Bungee.
Ooh.
And I've got some more. Yeah, that's up and down, that kind of thing. How should you send a letter to the Easter Bunny? By hair mail. How do you make a rabbit stew? Make it wait for hours. What has big ears, brings Easter treats and goes hippity boom, hippity boom? The Easter elephant.
Ooh.
Why shouldn't you tell an Easter egg a good joke? It might crack up. What do you call, this was our tagline leading in here, a line of Easter bunnies walking backwards, a receding hairline, and you know how hair is spelled. And by the way, if any of you need any of this material from me, if you'll just email me at Richard H. Lederer and be specific, I'd like the Easter bunny jokes. I'd like the history of Easter or the history of Passover, which we'll be getting to. We're not going to pass over Passover. I will be just delighted to respond within probably 24, certainly within 48 hours. What do you call rabbits that marched in a long, sweltering Easter parade? Hot cross bunnies.
Ooh.
What do you call a rabbit with fleas? Bugs bunnies. Let me just see here. What did the rabbit say to the carrot? It's been nice gnawing you. Why did the magician have to cancel her Easter show? She just washed her hair, H-A-R-E, and couldn't do a thing with it. How does the Easter Bunny make cold gold soup? He begins with 24 carrots. What would you get if you crossed the Easter Bunny with Chinese food? Hop suey. What is the Easter Bunny's favorite dance style? I bet you can get this one, Bill. Hip hop.
Hip hop.
And there was an Easter bunny that was lying by the side of the road, and it looked as though it had died. And a woman saw that, stopped her car, came out, and sprayed the Easter bunny with, get this now, and with a spray. The Easter bunny immediately stood up and hopped to the side, waved like that, did it again and again. And the reason is that on the bottle of spray, the instructions read hairspray, H-A-R-E, spray, restores life to dead hair, H-A-R-E, and adds permanent wave.
All right, wave. I love it. I love it. Bunny jokes hopping around. And let's say happy Easter and Passover to Donna. Hey Donna, and to Emily and Corey. I think Corey might be there too, and Miles. And then to Youth Harmony. Hello, whoever you are behind that label there. I like that though. The bunny hop. The bunny hop in there. So here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, Easter's on its way, bringing every girl and boy baskets full of Easter joy, things to make your Easter bright and gay. He's got jelly beans for Tommy, colored eggs for Sister Sue. There's an orchid for your mommy, and an Easter bonnet too. But here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, happy Easter day. Tail, hopping down the bunny trail. Look at him, stop and listen to him say, or try to do the things you should. Maybe if you're extra good, he'll roll lots of Easter eggs your way. You'll wake up Easter morning and you'll know that he was there. And when you find those chocolate bunnies that he's hiding everywhere. Oh, here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Hippity hoppity, happy Easter day. Yeah, Easter time.
Bill, if I may remind you, because you're so naturally self-effacing, when you're singing, you want to be the big picture. They don't want to see my old ugly mug.
Oh, I forgot. Yes. I am also the technical producer. Okay, so now I'll put my picture up while you're doing your next part. But so this is what I look like when I was singing there. Sorry about that, folks.
Right. No. And I could see you there, but we'll minimally at least sharing the screen, minimally.
That's right. So, by the way, I didn't really have too much decorations this time. Got it, but I do have my Easter egg shakers here. Hopping down the bunny trail. Haven't figured out how to play them and the guitar at the same time, but we got them.
Right. Yeah. So, what do you call an egg detective? A hard-boiled egg, I guess. You go back to those. At any rate, we're here to celebrate the two holidays in the Easter and Passover. We're going to talk about the history of Easter now. And this is a very rich month, and I think Bill has planned to cover some, maybe all of these. He'll talk about it later, but we coming up on April Fool's Day, then National Library Week. I think you said you would book that, Bill. Ha ha.
We're going to book that. I had a lot of spine to be able to book a library book. Yeah.
Right, and your volume is pretty good there. Your shelf life is very long.
Yeah.
And then later, coming very close to each other every year, drives me nuts as a columnist because I can't cover both, really. Earth Day, happy Earth Day to us, and then, of course, William Shakespeare's birthday. And Death Day, by the way, same day. He lived exactly 52 years. Wasn't bad back then. So let's take a look at Easter. It honors the resurrection of Jesus Christ on the third day after his crucifixion. Easter was the earliest feast day decreed by the ancient Christian calendar. Many Christians consider Easter to be the most important holiday in their faith. Like its Jewish predecessor, Passover. And remember, please, as we get to Passover, which we will for part of this program, the Last Supper was a Passover that Jesus and his disciples were celebrating. So, like its Jewish predecessor, Passover, Easter is a movable feast based on the lunar calendar rather than occurring on the same Sunday every year. This holiday can fall as early as March 22nd and as late as April 25th. Among the traditions associated with Easter is the Easter hare or bunny, Easter bunny, we say, who brings baskets of candies and colored eggs during the night. In the 1700s, German settlers brought with them the idea of the Easter bunny, a symbol of new life during the spring season. Children believed that if they were good, the Easter bunny would lay a nest of colorful eggs. Easter Sunday ends with the long fast of Lent. Women don stylish Easter bonnets, and families display and consume food such as Easter candy, Easter breads, hot cross buns, one of my earlier buns, and Easter eggs. Often, families have Easter egg hunts for the youngest children. Hard-boiled eggs are brightly decorated and then hidden for boys and girls to uncover. And of course, that is a tradition at the White House too.
Yeah, and yeah, right about that feast thing too. You know, the Easter is coming up this Sunday for the Roman Catholic Church, the Protestants, and most that come from that tradition. But the Orthodox Church, and I observed that, does not celebrate Easter this year until May 2nd, I think it is, and that's because it's never scheduled until Passover is complete.
Yes.
Here, Passover will last until Monday, so that's why we're going to have a separation there. But of course, it's definitely a movable feast at our house because sometimes we'll eat the feast on the dining room table, sometimes take it out on the patio if it's in May, and move it out there. That's what I miss. Okay, all right, enough of that. Here's a song. Here's a song about about the Easter week and about the Lord on the cross there, written by Sidney Carter. This was done quite a bit in folk circles in the early '60s to the tune of the Simple Gifts, the Shaker tune. Enjoy this. So I thought you might enjoy this for our observance. I danced in the morning when the world was begun. I danced in the moon and the stars and the sun. I came down from heaven and I danced on the earth. At Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced for the scribe and the Pharisee, but they would not dance and they would not follow me. I danced for the fishermen, for James and John. They came to me and the dance went on. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on a Friday when the sky turned black. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back. They buried my body and they thought I'd gone, but I am the dance and I still go on. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. They cut me down, but I leapt up high, for I am the life that'll never, never die. I live in you if you live in me, 'cause I am the Lord of the dance, said he. Dance, dance, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he, and I'll lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he.
Lovely. Such a wonderful tune.
Mm-hmm.
Bill, I'm wondering, I don't know whether we'll announce ahead or not because we didn't discuss it. We're moving along pretty well in time. Not that there's any rush or bull rushes if we go with Moses. Are we going to stick around after for questions from our listeners, or basically do the concert? Either way is fine.
We can certainly stick around if there's questions in the chats, and that's something that if you're new to this, if you're to meeting Rich for the first time here, Rich loves to just take questions about any topics. So you can pop them in the chat now, and we can get to them afterwards or during that. We don't have an interactive video, so people can't speak, but pop your questions in
can.
there.
All right. Yeah, well, if you, all right, because I'm wondering if the program that you sent me, Bill, isn't going to cover up the chat comments. I'm not sure, but it's to the bottom left, so I don't know. If I can see them, fine. And again, to clarify, for those of you who don't know me, I may be the most word-struck man you've ever met. Oh God, that's ironic. Too many ironies in the fire. And Bill may be the most musical guy I have ever met. So, at any rate,
it's me to make two jokes in a row, huh?
Right. So, at any rate, if you have questions after, and Bill on his plans and composing and concert appearances and so on. And if any of you are Mensons out there, we are hoping it's still early on to appear together for our Dances with Words at the late August Mensa, what we call AG, annual gathering. And we'd love to meet you there and come up and say hello to us at our book tables, our CD tables, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
Let's talk about Passover.
Yeah, let's talk about Passover. It's the Jewish festival commemorating the Exodus, meaning escape, and there is a book of Exodus of Israelite slaves from Egypt. That a holiday is named to remember God's passing over the houses of the Jewish people during the plague that killed Egyptian firstborn sons. The Passover Seder, and Seder means basically order of service, includes a meal during which worshipers read from the Haggadah, and I go to a Seder just about every year, and discuss the history and reasons for celebrating the holiday. The first of two Seders starts on the 15th day of Nisan, which is the first month of the Hebrew calendar. The celebrants eat bitter herbs, again, to remember the bitterness of the slavery times. And matzah, which is unleavened, it means not risen, because there was, I think it's been calculated, Bill, 18 minutes. I think they've actually only to bake the bread, and therefore it was not leavened. So that flatbread that you see called matzah is a celebration and remembrance of that.
One of the earliest fast foods.
Yes, it is fast food. Yeah. Gosh, you heard about the blind man who accidentally picked up a piece of matzah, started reading it with his fingers, and he said, "What's this all about?" I can't make head nor tail of it. So that is basically the story. There are the four questions to the youngest there. Why is this day different from all other days? Why do we recline on pillows? Because we couldn't do that as slaves, and all of that stuff that's just marvelous. A major holiday. And, it is said that you can summarize every Jewish holiday in 3 sentences. And it is true, and Passover especially. And that is, here are the 3 sentences. They tried to kill us. We won. Let's eat. And boy, do you eat at a Seder, from gefilte fish to everything else. So that's, in a nutshell, the story there. What we're going to do here is this. A little later in the program, Bill, if you'll let me come back in, I'm going to do some Passover jokes now, but I do have a bunch of Moses jokes that I want to just get my notes in order, and I'll come in just a little bit later in the program for that.
All right.
So with this in mind for now, why did Pharaoh again and again refuse to let the Jewish people go? Because Pharaoh lived in a state of denial. And why did Moses lead the Israelites all over the place for 40 years before they finally got to the promised land? It took 40 years, Bill. Do you know the punchline?
Yes, because he didn't want to stop and ask for directions.
Right. So we know that
Okay.
Moses was a man. And
Yeah.
I will have, I think, some other ones, but my favorite is, do you know that Moses was the first man in history who downloaded data from the cloud to his tablet? And that certainly was the case. And what song did Pharaoh's daughter sing when she saw Moses floating in the cradle on the water? I got you, babe.
Yeah.
Which Bill can play. I wouldn't dare do it. You'd all leave. So I'll check for some more, Bill, and we will. Oh no, we do have this song. That's right. There's
Yes.
no
That's it.
Seder like our Seder. So here we go. I have Vincent van Gogh's Ear for Music, but one of the jewels in the crown of my life is the opportunity to fail. I love the challenge. I am not naturally musical like my friend is on the other side of the screen, but here we go. That won't stop me. There's no Seder like our Seder. There's no Seder I know. Everything about it is halachic. Nothing that the Torah won't allow. Listen how we read the whole Haggadah. It's all in Hebrew, 'cause we know how. There's no Seder like our Seder. There's no Seder I know. Moses took the people out into the heat. They baked the matzah while on their feet. Now isn't that a story that just can't be beat? Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show.
Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. When Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. Thus says the Lord, old Moses said, let my people go. If not, I'll smite your firstborn dead. Let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell old Pharaoh, let my people go. Well, like I said, I didn't do too much decorations here tonight, but I was able to, for Passover, I brought in a couple wandering Jews that my wife found wandering around. We're going to try to get them planted in the promised land of our garden out there. We couldn't do that. But
Hey, Bill, I found one more Moses joke, and so I'll
one
call
more.
it one Moses.
One more Moses. All right.
So who were the three most constipated men in the Bible? Well, there was Cain. He wasn't able. Okay, Cain. He wasn't able. Folks, again, you're welcome to any of these or biblical jokes in general, which I collect. So Cain, he wasn't able. Methuselah, who sat on the throne for 900 years.
Ooh.
And Moses, because God gave him 2 tablets and sent him into the wilderness.
Oh. Well, Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. But Moses supposes his toes aren't roses, and Moses supposes his toes to be Moses. 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 As Moses supposes his toes to be. Just a little snippet there from Singing in the Rain. Oh, Mike, thank you. Thank you for this one. You didn't get this one yet, Rich. How does Moses make tea? He brews it.
He brews it. Yes, very good.
And thank Mike for chiming in there. And I think there are a lot of people watching who have not said hello. So we encourage you to say hello and let us know in chat who's there. And any questions that you do have on Easter, on Passover, on grammar, on anything, send them our way. And I'll remind you, I'll take this minute to remind you all to make sure you're on the mailing list at billshipper.com. And somebody maybe can, at the top of the screen, I think it's there. And here it's on the screen, billshipper.com. And if you get on the mailing list, you'll get all the updates for when we're doing shows like this together, when we're doing the Bill Shipper shows separately, or the Dances with Words shows. Like Rich said, we've got a busy schedule coming up. A National Book or National Library Week we're going to observe next week. And then we'll be observing Earth Day and Shakespeare Day the same time. And I think we've got some planned for May already. Yeah, so Harold. Hey, Harold. Harold is there. And Doug. How he brews it. Okay. Well, let me give another one here. Another song for you. With the Seder in mind, but really with the Sabbath in mind. The Sabbath Prayer from another show song. From Fiddler on the Roof.
Ah, yes.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May he always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the stranger's ways. May God bless you and grant you long lives. May the Lord fulfill our Sabbath prayer for you. May God make you good mothers and wives. May he send you husbands who will care for you. May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord preserve you from pain. Favor them, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer. Amen.
One of my favorite shows, Bill, and it's also a great example, that show, Fiddler on the Roof, from a short story by Shalom Aleichem, adapted from, of the subjunctive mood, condition contrary to fact. So when Tevyev sings, if I were a rich man, because he isn't a rich man, so that is an if clause that is contrary to fact. He didn't say if I was a rich man. And again, any grammar questions you have, anything on the language, that's what I do. And
all right.
And I see the thank you. That's Kenneth. That's the Princess Salome, the greatest jockey in the Bible. She got ahead of John the Baptist on a charger. I'm not quite sure on a charger. Did she sit on a horse? I don't understand that part.
And the charger being the plate, the platter. So now, so it's like a horse charging a horse charger.
All right, but the platter is called a charger.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, that's helpful. I'm going to write that down and steal it.
And I think that's because when you're done with your dinner at a fancy restaurant, they bring you your check on a charger there. Then you charge it.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, we're getting a charger as a horse. Yes, that's right. Thanks. And it's also it was a car too, I believe. How do you keep an elephant?
Oh, from charging. Right. Yeah. Okay.
How do you keep an elephant from charging? Take away the credit cards.
Right. I was going to say, remember, I'm in San Diego and they took away our charger.
That's right. That's right. And
And
Victoria.
in fact, I'll tell you that a lot of the sports columnists here in San Diego, we used to have the San Diego Chargers for more than 50 years, and they were up in LA, and they followed the money stream or whatever. So they're now called the Los Angeles Judases. And the allusion is pretty clear. We have trouble uttering the word Chargers when it comes to football.
And hello, Victoria. Thank you for your comment there. Victoria remembers Moses Opposes from Singing in the Rain. And does it predate the movie? I don't know. I think what I looked at briefly was that it had been like a little patter or taking off on the same kind of tongue twister. So it might have been already existing in that way, but they put it in a good song. And your cat's fascinated by the whistling. I love that. What's the difference between a cat and a comma, Rich?
Very interesting. A cat has claws at the end of its paws, and a comma is a pause at the end of a clause. And you heard about the cat who ate some cheese and breathed into the mouse hole and waited with bated breath. Misspelled,
Ooh.
of course.
So if now's a good time. I have just one or two songs we can do to close it. We're winding down here, and want to say now's a good time to put any kind of questions you have on about grammar or anything or a poker. And I think Rich is a walking encyclopedia to all sorts of things. But I remind you also there is a tip jar here. If you enjoyed the show, there was a tip jar information at the top of this. And please do get on the email list to make sure you don't miss anything else coming up. And if you want to purchase more of me, there's CDs available, even in a special package on BillShipper.com. And if you want to purchase more of Rich, he's got 50 books on Verbivore.com and all around the world there. All right. Well, let me sing the last song here. So this is one of my favorite old Christian hymns there to observe Holy Week with. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. All right, I'll get the cat fascinated again. To that old rugged cross I will ever be true, its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me one day to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. And I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. And exchange it someday for a crown.
Bill, I'll just follow that up and mention for those of you who enjoy gospel music, which I would include that song in, the series Genius on National Geographic, so you don't have to get streaming, called Aretha, She is the third genius they've covered. Magnificent. I think it was 9 episodes. The actress who portrayed Harriet Tubman in the Academy Award nominated movie 2 years ago called Harriet is playing Aretha. The girl who plays her at 12 years old, who actually looks like her, of course, earlier on in life, is terrific. And the other is, if you have any question about language or writing, gee, what's the difference between self-publishing and brick and mortar? How do you get published? And again, I've just published my 51st and 52nd books, a Halloween and Christmas book. You can just email me directly and I will answer you. Now, the email address, it's pretty easy, but there's a middle initial. Richard, you know how to spell that, of course. H stands for Henry. No dots here. Richard H. Lederer, Lederer, so completely phonetic. Richard H. Lederer at gmail.com. And just send me a question. And if you wish, because I've got a lot of experience, I'm hoping to publish 2 more books this year. And I'm knocking on the door of 83. And my artist for the last 2 books has already turned 92. So I hope that's inspirational for some of you chronologically endowed people out there.
Mm-hmm. And Rich's email is in the chat. I put that in the chat a little earlier. And BillShipper.com. You can contact me there, or just bill@billshipper.com. And I thought there was I'm getting old too. My memory just went shoosh. I was going to add and mention something else, add something else, but I think that's it. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate you and for letting us come to you in this time when we can't come in person. And I think we will continue that as much as we can, even when we can get in person and be able to do things live, because we can reach so many more people this way.
And if I may add to that, Bill, I think that Zooming, I mean, imagine 103 years ago and the isolation that those folks felt with their pestilence, mosaic plague. And here we are with Zoom, and Bill and I have been Zooming frequently, and I'm working with a number of organizations around the nation, as is Bill. And it just says how resourceful we are, that we can do this and make a pretty strong human connection.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you all. And I hope you can tune in next week at the same time on the same stream here. We're going to be doing the National Library Week. Don't forget to check it out.
Yes, the theme is National Library Week is welcome to our library, as some of these libraries are opening, and we welcome you to Dances with Words in our shows.
All right. Bye, everybody now. Good night.